Formula One winning performance now, and we flash back to 2005 in the spring race in Atlanta. Wow, the number 99 Roush Ford edges Jimmie Johnson at the line by 2/100ths of a second for the victory. The driver, well, he was an unknown. He emerged from the car and celebrated with what would become his signature celebration. It seems like just yesterday, Carl Edwards exploded onto the scene doing backflip after backflip.
But the 34-year-old from Missouri is actually in his 10th season now. Caitlin Vince sat down with him at Bristol as he reflected on what it took to get to the big stage.
When you first started out your career, you were pounding the pavement, handing out business cards right and left. Kind of a very different approach to what a lot of these young kids are doing now. So how do you think the times have changed?
I think each person does things different. I thought of it just as whatever I can do to get someone to let me drive their race car, I was willing to do it. So I would drive to every racetrack that I could, sneak in the pits, hand out business cards, and I still feel that way. I still feel like it's just an amazing opportunity that I've been given to be able to do this, because I know what a real job is like. I know what people out there are, their day-to-day activities involve a lot more stressful things than worrying about whether the race car is fast. So I try to remember that each time I get in the race car, where I came from, and that I'm very fortunate to get to do this.
Welcome to Fox and Friends. Guys, you have to see this guy? That was before you gave him the free hat.
Yeah. We're talking racing. We're also talking about a great program. This guy was a substitute teacher. It turns out you're pro-education.
Yeah, I'm actually a youth ambassador for National PTA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back with more Fox and Friends in a moment. A round of applause for this superstar, mascot.
Paul Johnson.
You mentioned where you came from. When you were first starting out in 2002 in racing, you were still working as a substitute teacher. So when you look back to that time in your life, is it ever a little bit surreal on how different things are now?
I did an autograph session this week at the Best Buy in Columbia, Missouri, and got to see some folks that I hadn't seen in a long time. And there's one guy there, his name's Steve Roberts. And I remember leaving Holt Summit, Missouri, racing this junk B-Mod that I had. I mean, it was the worst car ever. And my truck broke down on the way home. It was about 30 miles home. And on the side of the road, Steve Roberts pulls up. I'll never forget, I was just stressed out. I was like, man, I don't have enough money. I'm racing with these guys. I don't know what I'm doing. And he stopped and looked me in the eye on the side of the road, and he said, look, man, the cream always rises. Just stick with it. Keep working hard. And so that kind of attitude is what I tried to have all of the time. And now when I look back on it, I realize that I was always stressed about having enough and making the next step and doing all these things, but really that journey was the most fun part of all of this. I tell people all the time, just whatever it is, people say, hey, how do I get out from my local dirt track and go race in NASCAR? I say, I know a lot of people in this motorhome lot that probably aren't having any more fun than you're having. So I guess looking back, it has been two separate lives, and they're both a lot of fun.